Hello job seekers, Melanie here with CGL Recruiting, and today we're going to be showing you how to attach things to the featured section of your LinkedIn profile. Now if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that now. Give us that thumbs up if you feel like this data is helpful, and please share our videos with other job seekers in the midst of their job search. Okay, so why should you use the featured section on your LinkedIn profile? It is another great way for you to show more about your skills and experience. Now, I do want to make sure you know that anything in the featured section is not searchable by any of the search filters on LinkedIn. So it's not something that's going to help you come up in searches. But remember, you have to get past all of these applicant tracking systems and all these searches, but it's a person who is going to make the decision to hire you, not a computer, not a system. So you need to make sure that your LinkedIn profile, your resume, all of that information is good, not only for the systems, but also for the person that's going to be making the decision to bring you in for an interview or to hire you. So let's talk about the different things that you can put in this featured section. Now, some people do utilize this section to attach a resume. We do have a video that covers that if you are interested in doing that. There's pros and cons to doing this. If you attach a resume, you don't get the opportunity to adjust it before you apply for a position. Somebody's going to go out, pull it, and see it. But it is very accessible. And remember, people are very motivated to try and close down these positions. So you're going to have to make the decision that's best for you, whether you attach it there or not. But it is one thing that you can do. There is loads of other information that you can post there. It is very important as we run through these, and I will show it to you live, that you do remember that you only get to see 2 things that are featured. So you can attach 20 things, but you only get to see 2. So you could see, I think, a half of a third one. And also remember that the text on it can be very, very small. So if you are attaching something like a certification or something, it's going to shrink it down and you may not be able to read it. So once you attach anything to this featured section, go back and take a look and see if it's actually readable and if it's helping you out. Okay, let's take a look in the LinkedIn system of how you attach something to this featured section. Okay, job seekers, let's show you how to add a featured item to your LinkedIn profile. Now, if you haven't done this before, you're going to have to find this under Add Profile section. Just click that little down arrow and you're going to see featured. Now, there's a variety of different things that you can add here. If you click on posts, it's going to pull up the most recent posts that you have done. And if it is one of these posts that you want to actually put, it's very easy to just click feature. And then it's going to, when you click the done, show up down below under the featured section. Now, I can add more than 2 things to my LinkedIn profile, but I do want to let you know that it really only shows the first 2. So let me show you what happens if I do the first 2. Here you can see them both. Now, any more than that, and it is going to be out there, but it's going to cut them off. And let me show you how that looks. Let's say I feature another one of our posts. You're going to see 2 and kind of a half. Now, if I want to go over and look at them, I can, but it's hard to see them. So just know that when you're doing it. So let me remove these for a second so I can show you how else we can do this. There we go, taking all 3 off. And now you'll see there's nothing again underneath my featured section. So I'm going to go back up to the Add Profile section, and under Featured, something else that I can do is if I've written articles for LinkedIn, it will show them and I can attach them. I can do links, which are links to like websites. So for example, let's say I wanted to do my company's site. I can go ahead and just enter in that URL and say add, and it will go out to the web and pull information from that URL to add it down to my featured section. You can see it here. Now, this is a great example where it shows you do have to be careful about the text size when you're attaching things under the featured section. This is almost unreadable. And a lot of people that do attach certifications, the text is so small you really can't read it. So try to get something that has a really good picture here. One of the other sections that people do a lot of posts in their featured area as different media. And you can do this by just going out to your computer, choosing any file that you have, and attaching it in. Now this sometimes will take a little bit longer to load, like you can see it doing right now as it's getting the information and uploading it from your computer into the featured section of LinkedIn. Just give it some time. Don't get impatient with it and hit that X. I've never had something not load. It's just sometimes it can take a little bit of time. But the great thing is once you have this out here, look at how good this is going to look on my featured section. Now again, you do need to be careful. See how in this one it actually cut off part of the text? So play with it a little bit to make sure that it looks the best it possibly can for you. Now if you put something out here and decide later you don't want it, it's very easy to remove it. All you have to do is click on this pencil and go delete, and it will delete it off of your featured section. That does not mean it's deleting the document, it's just deleting it off of the featured section of your LinkedIn profile. So again, this was something that was very easy to do to bring your LinkedIn profile up to the next level. You can easily attach things to this featured section. And you can even choose to change them out, much like I do. Now you're gonna have to decide what's best based on your job search, but I would say play with this section. Start attaching things that you think somebody who's looking at your resume and LinkedIn profile might tip them over the edge to give you that call for the perfect job that's waiting for you. Thanks again for watching, job seekers. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them down below, and I will see you next time.